Gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to MGTOW Money. Today's topic, confessions of the young, dumb, and full of, well, this is a family channel. I'll leave it at that. Thank you to the Patreon investors in this channel, as well as those men who bought me a cup of coffee via PayPal based upon the last channel. Men, keep the questions coming via Patreon. We are getting those questions slowly but surely. Men, see the video description today. Become a Patreon investor in this channel. On to today's topic. One of the most off-putting comments that I have ever seen came from a woman, at least based upon the moniker, the screen name she was using, where she referred to me, yours truly, as being, quote, an old dude. Well, I might be a dude. I've never, ever thought of myself as old, but it did make me think, I guess I'm well past middle age, so I suppose that does, on a relativity term, put me in the stages of old. One of the hardest time periods in my life, and I think this applies to most men, is ranging from about age 18 to about age 25. Now, history doesn't repeat exactly in terms of my life, is obviously not going to be exactly like yours is, in particular for a young man who's between 18 and 25, but stupidity generally does repeat. And I was thinking about some things that I would not do again. And I encourage men in particular that are 18 to 25 to listen very closely to what I suggest. And furthermore, for those other old dudes out there like myself, I encourage you, put in the comment section your specific things that you would not do, that you would tell your younger self not to do, so that hopefully some of the younger dudes can learn from it. All right, men, let's get on with some things you should not be doing, in particular, again, 18 to 25-year-olds. One, this is extremely important. If you take out nothing else from this video, listen very carefully to the following. If you want freedom, you got to stop buying liabilities. Anything that depreciates in value. In other words, only buy assets. Stop buying or stop putting a significant amount of money in cars, clothes, video games, computer equipment, etc. Again, these are all things that are going to drastically fall in value. A single family residence is going to seriously fall in value. Instead, you're looking at putting your money into, as much as you possibly can, of course, into assets. Whether those assets be stocks, in other words, just put a few dollars into stocks, a little bit into real estate or a real estate investment trust. Try to get some money together and get involved in some sort of rental property type thing. Put your money potentially into some selected cryptos. Again, you're focused on assets. You say you want freedom, then you're going to start accumulating assets. Next, every hour of every day that you're spending on social media or video games and that type of thing, for every single hour that you're spending, you need to spend an equal hour, one single hour equal to, on something that's involving hustling for money, on studying something to make yourself smarter, on working on some sort of business idea, or moving forward with your health, like in exercise, etc. So again, if you're spending 3 hours playing on the video games, then you correspondingly that same day need to be spending 3 hours doing something that what I call a golden activity, something that's going to make yourself better tomorrow than you are today. Again, an hour for hour. That's all you got to do, men. Next, hit the road. You got to be like Jack Kerouac, the famous beat writer. You need to start traveling. And I'm not talking about traveling within your neighborhood or within your state, within your country. I'm talking about hitting the road internationally. In particular, for men who are in the Western world, which applies to probably 99% of you, I encourage you, get out and travel to poor second world, third world developing countries. You're going to discover a couple of things. One, you're probably going to discover a great deal of gratitude in terms of you're going to realize that you're a lottery winner just by virtue of being born into the West. But furthermore, you will learn how low you can go, how little you might actually need to survive, how cheap your life can be, and that you can actually have a very good, fulfilling life when you see billions with a B of other people leading nice, satisfactory lives on not that much money. Furthermore, for those of you who are saying, well, I don't have any money, all right, I'm going to include a link on a video that I did several videos ago regarding using credit card points to travel, etc. I have traveled to dozens of different countries, stayed in many nice hotels, etc., on very little money, on very little cash out of pocket. Again, see the video description today to a video I did before about this. Next, if you're going to college, I've emphasized this in numerous videos. No problem whatsoever. I went to college. I have nothing bad to say about going to college. However, if you're going to do so, you need to minimize your debt in going to college, whether that means going to junior college for the first couple of years, whether that means going to night school, which is typically much less expensive than the day school, going to summer school, etc. The point is that you're going to need to think about college as an investment and minimize that investment to get that piece of paper, because that's all that it is ultimately. Your college degree, basically, for most of us, is simply a piece of paper. It's simply a ticket to get into another job. Furthermore, as I've encouraged in other videos as well, don't feel like that you must go to college. You do not have to go to college to be very, very successful. You can learn a skill, whether it be computer coding, whether it be network administration, whether computer network administration, of course, or whether it be some sort of other hands-on trade, etc. Those types of skills are in high demand today, and I encourage you to at least explore those possibilities. Again, you do not have to go to college, and you certainly do not need to take on tens of thousands of dollars of debt to be very successful. Next, getting rich is not quick. For the vast majority of people, for the 99% of people who are wealthy, I'm going to say who have 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure in terms of their net worth, it is a multi-year process. It is not a 1-year process, a 2-year. It might take 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Who knows? The bottom line is, though, it starts today. And it starts today, tomorrow, and stringing together days, weeks, years, creating good habits today, stringing them together. I know it can seem like a long time, but you can do this. Brick by brick, you can build this and build a very successful, rich life. Of course, I'm putting that in quotations because rich is a relative statement. Next, you gotta stay mobile. I've said this before. You gotta stay minimalist. You've got to be able to get up and go. Do not limit yourself to only living in one particular city. Consider the taxes in your area. Consider the cost of living in your area. Consider how good is the economy in your area. You can move. You can always go somewhere else. Always be open to moving. If nothing else, why don't you try this? Just go a weekend to another city, another state, etc., or a few days or whatever, and just explore it. Consider it. It's an idea. The world is a big place. The United States, obviously, is a large country. There's a lot of pockets of opportunity, in particular today, with unemployment being at multi-decade lows. All right, man, quick summary. You want freedom? You're going to do what you want, where you want, with whom you want. You got to start buying assets. If you want FU money in the future, you got to start buying assets today. Stop buying liabilities. If it's not an asset, you need to think very carefully about spending your money on it. You need to put on sort of a 30-day watch list of things. Well, I'd kind of like to have a new video game. I'd like to have a new bicycle. I'd like to have a new fill in the blank, whatever it might be. You get the idea. Put it on a 30-day list. Let it sit there, and then go back and decide if you want to actually buy it after 30 days. A lot of times, that stuff just drops off. Next, if you're spending an hour a day on crack, what I'm terming social media, video games, that type of thing, and just like when I was a kid, when I was young, when I say a kid, 18 to 25, I used to spend hours watching television. I was a freaking addict. I might as well have been a heroin addict, spending 6 hours a day watching stupid television. It was ridiculous. My point is, I should have been spending at least correspondingly an hour a day on Kaizen-type activities, constant and never-ending improvement activities to make myself better, smarter, stronger. I would have been so much further ahead in my life, I can assure you. Next, travel internationally. Discover how billions of other people are living happily. Have you considered just the idea, you know what? There might actually be a better lifestyle outside your country. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, but you might just want to try. And I can assure you, there are no dragons beyond your country's borders. I can virtually assure you that fact. All right, next. Again, minimize college debts. I know that probably 35% of the people in the Western world go on to college. That's fine. No problem. Great. Go to college. But again, minimize the debt that you're going to take on with going to college. Never forget, by taking on loans, you will have to pay those loans back. And no, you can't just file for bankruptcy and they'll be wiped away. That is incorrect. Just like if you owe money to the IRS, bankruptcy debt cannot be discharged. You will ultimately have to pay it back. Next, no get-rich schemes. This whole business in a box, that type of thing. Hey, buy this book, you'll make $1 million. This software program, etc., is a guaranteed winner. Look at our proven results, etc. Let me just give you the bare facts on that, because I've been through all of them, or at least enough of them to know. 99% of them are about making money for the author, the software developer, etc. Most of them, frankly, they don't work, or they work for a unique time, unique circumstances, etc. Would they work for you? Yeah, okay, maybe 1% of you. And just like you might actually win the lottery. But the odds are, of course, that you won't. So the bottom line is, getting rich, getting to that rich life is going to be a multi-year process. Lastly, your greatest asset right now for my young friend, you're the man between 18 and 25, is this. Get ready. It's your ability to move, to live anywhere. That minimalist lifestyle that you can try anything, that you're open to new areas, you're open to new ideas, you're open to new job opportunities. Yeah, most of them are going to fail, but you know what? That's feedback. And you can build on that feedback and move yourself to the rich life that you deserve. Gentlemen, hit the like button if you found this useful. As always, John Galt out.